Terryfans here will be as you see on the top, this is a special behind the scenes look. Basically what goes into making a toy review, a video game review, a video game system or device review, movie review, music review, and book review. Basically, some of these have been reviewed, like WWF Tough Enough Season 1 soundtrack, Cold Hearts, Transformers War for Cybertron, and I'm planning to review the PSP soon enough. Basically, I've been getting requests for a behind the scenes look of what goes into the mind of a reviewer, like me. I made a video once, but it basically failed miserably, so this is basically a behind the scenes look of what goes into making a Terryfan review. First off, let's start off with how I make video game reviews. First off, I pick a game that I want to review, like this game, which has already received a positive review from me. If you haven't played it, I recommend you playing it. I basically would play the game, and often I try to beat the game before I review it. Because basically that's one of my personal rules. I beat the game before I review it. But some games like G.I.JOE, The Rise of Cobra, I'm still playing it and I haven't beaten it yet, but that game got a good review from me as well. Basically, I play the game, I talk about the storyline, the controls, the graphics, voice acting, if it has any, and everything else. I basically would take notes in my head, and I know I pause sometimes and I get lost in a train of thought. That's because I get nervous sometimes making video reviews, because I don't want to throw it up, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's how I basically start a game review. I pick a game, I play it, take notes, and discuss what I like and don't like about the game. I love this game, Transformers War for Cybertron. Recommend it highly. Now let's get on to a CD review. And I know most of the CDs I reviewed are soundtracks, but here's the reason why. It's because soundtracks are much easier for me, because it basically has a variety of songs, and it's not just one artist. Like, this CD has Godsmack, Disturbed, Papa Roach, Saliva, Power Man 5000, Drowning Pool, Buck Cherry, and more. So yeah, I basically enjoy making CD review of soundtracks more than I do solo artists or bands, because it's much more fun. But I'll try to review a artist CD soon enough. So basically that's what I do with soundtracks. I listen to the CD, of course, and then I take notes and talk about what song I like and don't like. Now let's get on to toy reviews. Basically, I've got G.I.JOE 25th Anniversary Scarlet, my favorite character from G.I.JOE. She's still in the package, but basically what I do with a toy review, I basically study the toy and try to take notes of its motion and to see if it's good enough. Basically how the toy plays and how it moves and its weapons and so forth. Basically give a good description of the action figure I'm reviewing, or the vehicle, like I do with Transformer reviews. I basically talk about its vehicle mode and robot mode. Now let's get on to book reviews. Basically this is Electra, and I'm still reading it too. Crazy, yes. Basically what I do with book reviews, I of course read the book, and then I take notes. So basically that's what I do, and this is one of my favorite movies, Electra. So far this book is very different from the movie itself, and it has some things that fill in the gaps in the movie. Basically like her first kill in the movie, he had more dialogue, as you saw in the director's cut. But yeah, I basically am talking about how I like the book, who wrote the book, and do I recommend it, and all that. So basically, so far, this has been a pretty good book. It's been reading it since 2005, and I've still got a long way to go. It's just sometimes things get in the way, you know what I mean? Now, let's get on to movie reviews. Yeah, and I got Cold Hearts, which has already got a positive review. This is probably my favorite independent movie that I ever watched. and I currently own in my collection. What I do with movie reviews, I basically pick a movie and then discuss what I don't. I basically talk about the cast, who directed it, who played who, the plot, how I felt the story played out, how I felt the acting did, the music for the movie, and basically overall get into how I feel about this motion picture. So basically, I basically would watch the movie, of course, and again take notes to how I like the movie and what I don't like about the movie, and to see if it's give my honest opinion, which you all know this one got a positive review from me. I'm just spinning around the disc just for the fun of it. And I also talk about the disc and talk about the artwork of it itself. And it's pretty cool to have one of the protagonists with their fangs out. And this is probably my favorite vampire movie. I don't know why, I just like it so much. But yeah, that's what I do with movie reviews. I basically watch the movie, then look at its special features, if it has any. This one has some good ones, like original audition tapes, an original short movie called Jerks. I hadn't watched that yet. I've watched this movie, I just hadn't watched the special features all the way through. So basically, that's how I make movie reviews. I basically pick the movie, talk about the cast, talk about the characters, talk about the storyline, the music, and so forth. And just basically give it a decent review, just give it my best. Now with product and game system reviews, like the PSP, which is going to be reviewed soon enough, I basically would talk about the product, how I like the way it feels, how I feel the technology works for it, which Sony does pretty well with about 90% of their systems, and how I feel the games play on it, or movies play on it, which does both, and it also plays music and allows you to get on the internet, which I'm having problems with. Anybody can help me with it, I appreciate it. Anyway, I would take a game system review and basically talk about the history of the system and what does well for it and what it doesn't go for. And that's how. And I like how the PSP has a joystick, D-pad, and the buttons that whoever played the PlayStation is familiar with. And that's what I like about the PSP. And I got the 1000 model. Yeah, I'm just closing up my DVD, sorry. So anyway, and I will review the PSP soon. And it's basically that's how I make product reviews. I'll probably make more like my TV or DVD player. So basically that's how everything goes in review from Terryfan. From products, from game systems, to DVDs, books, video games, and toys, and music CDs. And I will be making more reviews. I just thought I'd give you all a behind the scenes look of how it goes for making a review. And also to help out those who want to become reviewers. Thanks for watching. Take care. Till all are one. Yo, Joe. It's time. It's beta time. She stabs. Game on. You gotta eat.